Welcome back to Mythic Cards. Today we're jumping into the race creator, one of the most important features of this platform. Instead of creating just one single trading card, we're going to build the foundation for an entire fantasy race. And today's race idea comes directly from the community. Someone in the comments suggested an ocean-inspired race, with its own name, culture, visual styles, warriors, magic, and unique identity. The goal is not to create basic mermaids, the goal is to create something that feels like it could belong into a real trading card universe. So let's begin!
Now we are starting with the first step of the race creator. Here we define the foundation of the race, the name, the general description, and the type. For this episode, I prepared a community-inspired ocean race called the Nerevan. The Nerevan are an ancient sea-born people, inspired by sirens, mermaids, and fish-like humanoids. They live in hidden coral kingdoms, underwater temples, and deep-sea ruins. Their main identity is a mix of beauty, mystery, ocean magic, and danger. In this first step, we can choose between three different race types. Humanoid is for intelligent races with a mostly human-like body and culture. Hybrid is for races that combine two or more creatures or species. Creature is for more wild, magical, monstrous, or animal-like beings. For the Nerevan, I will choose hybrid, because they are not just normal humanoids. They have a humanoid upper body, but also aquatic traits like fins, scales, glowing markings, and a fish-like lower body. I already prepared a short race description, so I will paste it in here and use it as the foundation for the next steps. After that, we can define the specific traits, like scale color, fin style, tail shape, hairstyle, glowing markings, and ocean ornaments. Now we are moving into the specific trait section. Because this race is a hybrid, we first define the base creatures. For the Nerevan, I use two main components. The first component is humanoid. This gives them a human-like upper body, a face, arms, culture, intelligence, weapons, and magic. The second component is fish. This gives them the aquatic side, a long tail, scales, fins, underwater movement, and a graceful ocean silhouette. If I wanted to make the race even more complex, I could add another creature here. For example, I could mix in something like an eel, a dragon, or a deep-sea monster. But for this first version, I want to keep it clean and readable. Humanoid upper body, fish lower body, elegant siren design. After that, we define how these two creatures are combined. This composition is important because it tells the AI how the body should be built. So it does not just create a random fish monster, it understands that this should feel like a beautiful mermaid-like fantasy race. Below that, we can define the character details like gender, body build, notable traits, and equipment. And then we get to the custom field builder. This part is basically where you can create your own menus for the race. You can add drop-down menus, multi-select fields, toggles, text fields, number fields, or free tag fields. So if you want every race to have its own design system, you can build it here. For example, for the Nerevan race, I created 7 custom drop-downs. Scale color, fin style, tail shape, upper body type, hairstyle, bioluminescent markings, and ocean ornaments. Later, when creating a character from this race, these fields become easy choices instead of writing everything from scratch again. So, one Nerevan character can have turquoise scales, glowing deep sea fins, and pearl jewelry. Another one can have darker abyssal colors, sharper warrior fins, and more dangerous ornaments. That gives us flexibility, but it also keeps the whole race visually consistent. So we are not just creating one random image, we are creating a reusable fantasy race that can generate many different trading cards with the same style, culture, and anatomy. Now we are in the example character step. This is where we create the first character for the race. Here we can choose a character name, decide if the card should have a class at the bottom and write a short character description. Just like in the normal card generator, we can also choose the rarity, the frame style, and the art style. For this example, I am creating a female deep-sea mage from the Nerevan race. I selected Ethereal Fantasy 3D as the art style, because it fits the magical underwater theme really well. Some fields, like pose, special effects, or environment, can be filled in manually. But sometimes it is better to leave a few things open, so the AI can decide what fits best with the race description and the selected traits. For the image model, I am using GPT Image 2. Right now, this part of the interface is not perfectly readable because I recently upgraded the platform and added GPT Image 2 to the model selection. So this section still needs a small UI improvement, but the model itself is already available here. Once everything is ready, I click Generate Image. This will create the first example image for the race. After that, the image can be pinned and used as the anchor image for this race. So later, when we create more Nerevan cards, this image helps keep the style, anatomy, and overall race identity more consistent. And here is the result. This is our first generated Nerevan character, Nerelia Abesong, the Abyss Tideweaver. I think this works really well as the anchor card for the race. We have the elegant siren silhouette, the turquoise scales, the glowing fins, the pearl details, and this magical underwater temple atmosphere. It feels royal, mystical, and dangerous at the same time, which is exactly the direction I wanted for this ocean race. If I like the result, I can pin this image. That means this card becomes the visual reference for the race. Later, when I create more Nerevan characters, this anchor image helps guide the overall style, anatomy, and atmosphere. After pinning the image, I can move to the final step. Saving the race uses one race token, so at this point, the race is no longer just a draft. It becomes a saved race inside the platform. And now we are on the final page. Here we can see the example card on the left and a summary of the race on the right. This gives us one last overview of the race name, the type, the description, the traits, and the example character. So the full creation flow is basically complete. We defined the race. We described the hybrid anatomy. We added custom design fields. We generated the first example card. And now the race is ready to be used for more characters.
And that's the first version of our new ocean race inside our Mythic Cards race creator. But this is only the beginning. In the next episode we will take this race and use it to create different trading cards. Warriors, mystics, sirens, guardians, and maybe even some darker deep sea variants. Once a race is defined, we can use it as the foundation for multiple characters, all sharing the same visual identity, culture, and fantasy style. Over the next week, I will keep testing and improving the platform, adding more cards, races, and more community ideas. The launch of Mythic Cards is planned within the next 6 weeks, so if you want to follow the progress, see new features, or suggest your own race ideas for future episodes, make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one!